Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whatever time of the day it may be for you. You're tuned into Mother Base Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm one of your hosts, Todd, and as always, I'm joined by Alex Capello, Benny Garza, Marcos Martinez in spirit via his office in Langley, Virginia, and on occasion, when we manage to pry his cold, dead fingers away from his keyboard and mouse from playing Smite, Sam Chapa. But before we get into the show, we're sending a shout out to 99lives.com, a great site, a great service with great music that you can purchase and use in your YouTube videos and during your Twitch streams without a worry in the world. You just need to credit the artist. Simple, huh? While we're not sponsored or affiliated with them, it's still important to give credit when credit is due. So remember, go to 99lives.com to check out some awesome tunes like this one. Enjoy the show. Anyways, this is episode 28.
Birthday edition.
You know what's... fuck me. That's hilarious. My birthday is 27th, and this is the 28th episode.
28th episode.
Yeah.
So close.
So close. Let's just call this a... you know what, I'll just edit this. We'll call it the 27th episode.
We're missing like 7 episodes off of the damn show anyway.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. But yeah. Hi guys, how's it going?
What's up?
What's going on? Hi Benny.
Hi.
Hi Capello.
Hello.
As we stated earlier, Ben is back from almost seeing his brother squish his mother. So.
Yep.
That scenario could have ended in 2 different ways.
Yeah, it could have.
1, my older brother has a broken leg or back.
Sure.
Or 2, my mother has a broken neck or back, and my brother has a broken leg or back.
Yeah.
You weren't wrong to yell at your mother.
No, I am not. I feel bad for yelling at her, but
But you did the right thing.
Yeah.
I think you did the right thing. And you know what? At the same time, it's motherly love, man. She loves her son.
She can't help trying to.
Yeah.
Trying to kind of like, she literally cannot help it.
No matter how illogical it is at the moment, right?
Yeah.
But, well, either way, I'm glad you and your mom and your brother are okay.
She maxed out her motherly instinct. That she did an instinct burst, and she was like, "I will catch my son," and
I will catch my 300-pound baby.
I did a logic burst, and I went, "No, don't get away from there."
Did she take a psycho and she was like just ready for it? But
She was jamming stuff into her thigh,
right.
Bloodborne style.
You know what's funny? The longest time was it like in BioShock, you see Jack put it into his arm, the atom
And
into
then
his
he
arm.
loses his shit, and then he wakes up.
Yeah, but like in Fallout, back in the day, I was always under the impression that they put it in their leg, but no, they do put it in their arm.
I never see them.
If you go into third person, if you ever play Fallout again, go into third person, inject something, and it's basically into your arm. Yeah.
I still like the idea of Bloodborne, where they just jam fucking giant syringes through their like multi-padded leather fucking
it's gonna be a massive syringe,
and like they just keep going, and in the same leg every single time.
Switch it up, man.
Yeah. Well, no, they have the other leg to extract blood.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah.
So it's like.
That should be a dance. The Bloodborne.
The Bloodborne.
What I was gonna say, I really like how Far Cry does that stuff. You remember? Like you get injured, or like whenever you get injured and do something, it's like you physically see you doing shit to your arm.
And it's
repetitive.
No, it's also bad in Far Cry because like you get shot up with bullets, and then by like when you do the kill animation, you're like fixing your hand. It's like, what is that gonna do?
Maybe if you turn your fingers a certain way, it's gonna pop out.
It's gonna pop the bullets right out of your chest.
Well, either way,
I remember one where you get a stick and you just jam it into the hole. And you dig out.
No, but then I've seen that animation when like you crash your car and then you just take a bullet out of your arm. It's like
that could have been a prior bullet. We don't know. Yeah, from yesterday.
And I would hope that in future Far Cry's you see like that way more detailed, but it's Ubisoft, so who the fuck
add
knows?
like 15 or maybe like add 20 different.
It would be way more than that
things.
Because it would be like, oh, you got shot in the leg, and then you look down and do something to your leg or whatever. So.
Oh, you want that Metal Gear style, don't you?
Fuck yeah.
Or like,
fuck yeah.
You enter the aid mode. And you have to do shit to each body part. Yeah,
that's great.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Not in Far Cry.
But you know what is gonna happen?
That's just too time consuming.
You know what is gonna happen though?
Your birthday?
I mean, it's happening now, and it's technically gonna be over by 12. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
And you guys brought me a cake, which is delicious. Which
pretty good cake.
Marcos. Happy Todd's birthday.
Happy Todd's birthday. I forgot what your brother posted happy birthday on my Facebook, and I was about to tell him, well, you have a great birthday too. And I told him like I was about to say this to you. Yeah, that's funny. But Marcus, thanks for the mic. He did give me a microphone, and it's a nice one, which we're not using in this episode because
we need a mixer.
And I think that because of how affordable that mic is, we'll probably look to getting another one hopefully in the near future. So, but in the meantime, we'll stick with this mic because we've already been doing it that way anyways. But the one thing I was going to say, man, my segue just got all fucked up. What was it? The one thing that's going to happen is the news. The news countdown.
See, okay. I'm not so against this segue. This was an okay segue. We had to reel it back a little.
This was a shit segue because we missed.
At least it wasn't Ben trying to like face fuck like right into its.
No, that's how it works though. It works when we do it like that. Yes,
it's funny, but like you're driving it right into the railing. Okay.
Yes.
You're driving that truck right. It's like in the Matrix where Agent Smith takes over the truck driver and he just turns it all around. That's it. Yeah, that's one hell of a segue.
It's a special entry that only I can do.
So the news is going to happen.
The news is going to happen. So let's see if we can.
Technically, it happened already.
Technically, it happened already, but we're making it happen for anyone.
Things that happened that we want you to remember
or know.
Or that we are reminding you of.
For all you know, one of these things could be extremely important to your future. Probably not. All right. So remember, I want you guys to be angry or whatever at me whenever you want to talk about something. Okay?
Shut the fuck up, Todd. Hold up.
Okay.
News item number 1.
Yes.
It's Todd's birthday.
God damn it.
We already discussed this.
It's okay. I just want to remind everyone.
Now I can't wait for midnight.
Now. What else is happening?
Real quick, I actually had a bunch of friends that thought my birthday was on the 26th.
Ah.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, happy birthday!" It's like, okay, thanks.
It's a little early, but sure.
Yeah.
You were close.
You were in the ballpark.
Last year, or I think it was last year or the year before, I had an aunt that texted me. I don't know where she got my number from. Probably another family number, but she texted me like in November. She's like, "Happy birthday!" I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, lady? My birthday." I said, "Oh, thank you," obviously, but I was like, "The fuck."
It's been 2 months.
It's been 2 months. All right.
That's funny.
The news countdown. Nobody can see me looking at you weirdly. All right, Fez, the much celebrated game that was released in 2012, finally got its last patch this past week.
That's by Phil Fish, right?
Phil Fish.
Yeah, Phil Fish.
The giant internet baby.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Only half of Final Fantasy 15 is open world, according to director Hajime Tabata. The second half is going to be linear.
I find that interesting.
That's interesting.
I also saw like 1 hour gameplay. I thought it was gonna look better. Or it could be that I was watching it on a shittier thing, but like I was promised beautifulnus.
I think obviously videos don't do.
And also,
justice.
shut the fuck up, Todd. This is what I want to talk about.
Oh, that's what you want to talk about. All right, okay.
Cool.
So
I do find this Final Fantasy to be very interesting, and it's been hyped for so long.
I think apparently Kingsglaive is really good, by the way.
Dude, the CG movie?
Yeah.
The reviews have been very good to it.
Jesse Cox talk about it, and he was saying like, dude, people look real almost. Specifically, one lady, the waifu, her main character Chan.
So that movie stars it has quite the cast. It's got Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad. It has,
they got star voice actors.
Yeah, they got Sean Bean, this is
the king.
This is okay.
He died.
Does he really?
The king, the main character king.
Like the king dies since the first trailers of Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah,
it just seemed.
Why does Sean Bean always die?
I don't know.
Except I think
it's a cruel fate.
Yeah, except for what's the Mars movie with Matt Damon?
Matt Damon and Mars.
Matt Damon on Mars. Wow, I forgot the name of that movie.
The one where he makes a farm in Mars, and then he's like, "Hey guys, please help."
Fuck is the name?
And they're like, LOL. LOL.
LOL. I don't remember the name. Well, anyways.
LOLs, yeah, sure, we'll go help.
And also, he's in that movie, he doesn't die. And also Lena Headey, who is Cersei in Game of Thrones.
Did you see the director's cut? He dies of a heart attack.
God, that's in the director's cut.
And that would be a massive troll if they did that.
That'd be fucking good.
But I've heard that the movie's good. But the one caveat, which is something I wish, it makes me think of what they did with the reviews of the Warcraft movie, right? That they didn't like it very much, but they didn't have a lot of context for what was going on, even though it's the beginning, right?
Yeah. It's to give you a taste of the world. And
exactly.
Like, the politics, I guess, of what's happening right now.
Basically.
And, like, because it's already a pre-made world and shit's happening.
Yeah.
And shit has been happening.
Yeah.
But you're here, and maybe they'll talk about stuff back there.
Yeah.
But we're not stopping. We gotta keep going over there.
So the reviews have been kind to that movie, and most of them explain, but if you don't know anything about
what's happening,
then maybe it's not for you, but it's really, really well made, and I appreciate candid reviews like that. But I don't know a lot about Final Fantasy, but I'd probably watch it just for the heck of it. It looks fucking great, like animation wise.
It's its own world, so like you really just need to like sort of know what's going on. You don't even really need the full context of everything.
Interesting.
Just know that chocobos exist.
Dude, chocobos be fucking dope.
Chocobos be fuck. That's gonna be the name of this episode. I haven't named the episodes in the past couple ones. I'm gonna call this one Chocobos be fucking dope.
Okay.
So this information comes from an interview with Famitsu that the director did, and he talks about the game structure. So he explains that the game is going to be chapters from 0 to 15, right?
Okay.
And his quote is, "As for Final Fantasy XV's structure, it has both an open world part and a linear part. The open world element continues throughout the first half, and because of story, the second half progresses linearly."
I wonder if you can choose to go back.
Well, you might be able to.
Like, let's pretend you're at the end game boss, and you're like, shit, I need to grind a little bit. Can you go back to the first section?
You probably can, but they're basically they're doing a reverse Final Fantasy VII, where the first half of Final Fantasy VII takes place in Midgard.
Yeah.
That's the only place you can go, and then
it's
an
open world.
The open world. Yeah.
So I wonder. I don't know if there was an uproar about this. I would imagine. Well, I don't know why there would be.
That's artistic direction. I don't care.
Yeah.
So he continues by saying in this interview that if you do it like that, then you won't get tired of the open world, and as the whole game becomes more focused, you can enjoy traditional Final Fantasy style progression. He did add that playing through the game's main route will probably take around 40 to 50 hours. So,
are you guys planning on picking that game up? I am totally invested in it.
So when I saw I think I told you guys before, when I saw the very first gameplay snippets, which are excellent, great music too. I thought, the music is excellent. I thought, this is going to be probably the first main entry like Final Fantasy, because I've never played any of the ones. I've never played 7, but. That first trailer was years ago now, right now? I think like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe.
2 or 3.
And that game has had trouble development. In fact, it was probably announced as Versus like maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, the best way we can explain it is like Versus. That's not even this game.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty sure we've like mulliganed this game more than like at least twice.
Yeah, for sure. I think I need to see what this is the kind of game where I would want a first opinion. Before getting into it,
there's a guy that had an hour of gameplay already.
Yeah, I need to see the finished product though. I for that one, there are certain games that I would absolutely want to read a review for before I go into it. Because again, I have no prior investments to Final Fantasy, but I hope it turns out well because they probably need it to be good.
Yeah,
and it probably needed to sell.
The one thing is, I want to know if there's going to be like a world of difference on computer compared to
Did they announce that it was coming to PC?
I believe it is.
Is 13 on PC?
I think 13 is on PC.
Okay. I want to say this one was.
I think it is.
It could be me just being crazy, but
no, but I think it is.
I think it might be on PC.
You know what? And you know what's crazy though, Benny? It's crazy that like 5 years ago you would say the PC version is going to be the best version, but now there's so many really shitty ports on PC.
Oh yeah,
so they do this past year, right? You got No Man's Sky. Last year you had Batman, which is atrocious.
Last year
they had to give money back.
MKX, which they're correcting.
Yeah, but, so there's a beta going on this weekend for that, right? Yeah,
and apparently it is actually better than the console version.
That's good.
Which is good. Yeah.
I think that's a good question to have in your mind when you're picking to buy it.
That's what it is now. Like it's not. Oh boy, can't wait. I hope it comes to my system.
Yeah.
Now it's. I wonder
which one's going to run correctly. I'm still interested in it, but like also that E3 demo, it was poorly played, but I did not like that demo at all.
E3.
Yeah, do you remember this past E3? We talked about it like
okay,
like 5 or 6 episodes ago, 6-7 episodes ago.
So that doesn't happen exactly as that happens anymore.
Sure.
In this big hour demo, they show like a small snippet of that section. It's different.
Okay.
They changed it, which I imagine is for the better.
What I'm more interested in, the thing is, like, that first gameplay demo was them, like, they were into random land combat scenarios. Sorry, but, like, I love this idea of being on a road trip with these characters. It looks fucking awesome.
I imagine that's, like, most of the story.
That's the
that's the crux of it.
If I remember correctly, the anime is mainly on them, and the Kinclave is what's happening at home. And like
the anime is like 4 episodes long,
so
right?
differently. I don't know.
It's short.
I don't know the specifics.
It's going to be 6. It's going to be 6 episodes.
Okay, yeah. I want to watch that then.
Yeah, I saw the first episode, and the first episode was cool.
Decent.
Yeah. It's very much like the miniseries is definitely like on their relationship between the 4 guys and their road trip and how like the beginnings of it.
I love the beginning of this 1 hour demo. The beginning was fucking. I liked it. It set a very nice pitch where it's the car broke down. And we need the big guy to push. And like it's the big strong guy pushing. He's mad that like everyone's all whining and tired and like
but he's pushing the fucking car. That's awesome.
And Noctis is also pushing, and the kid with the gun. I don't remember his name. Nero.
Ventus.
Ventus. Ventus.
It's either
kid
Vanitas.
with the gun.
Yeah.
He's pushing.
Kid with the gun.
And like he's the first one to go. Like, hey, so when is it my turn to drive? Because it's 4 people and 1 person is driving, and like it's very nice, and it gives you like a feeling that like these guys have known each other for a while.
But that's what I was going to ask you. Does the dynamic is it there?
It feels good.
Okay, that's what I think. That's for me.
It's a very solid group of like personalities
and like script writing. I would imagine.
Yeah,
that's what I'm most interested in more than anything else.
They all feel very unique, easily.
Good,
like
because they look the same.
There's a section where like a big ass monster appears, and one of your friends starts freaking the fuck out.
Yeah,
he's like, like he can't stop making noises. And there's another section where you have to sneak. And like his breathing couldn't be heavier because he's face fucking a monster like right here. He has to sneak and he's freaking out.
I'm hopeful for the game, but I think it's important to keep your like hype down a little bit because it's been for so long that this game's been in development.
It's as a person who does like Final Fantasy, I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy fan,
but you like it enough.
I like it enough. Like it's hard not to like be really excited for this one because the last few have been just
a lot of people didn't like 13, 1, 2, and 3 or whatever it was. Right? 13,
Lightning.
1, 2, a lot of people didn't like those.
It was Lightning.
Lightning Returns.
13, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Like, I really like. I started liking Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy 6, which is actually 3.
Yeah.
But like 7 was okay for me. Like a
lot of people prefer 8 actually.
8, I think I like 8 also.
I'm willing to believe that. The thing is, like 7 might be less, but they're just very loud.
Yeah, and well, the thing is that 7, like, if you find a Final Fantasy fan, it's because of 7.
Yeah, probably.
May I add, I never played 7. I'm Crisis Core 7. That's what I am, and like that's what I like.
Yeah, and,
fucking hate 7.
I really like 9. 10 I didn't really like. 11 I didn't really like. 12 I didn't really like. And then
which one's Dirge of Cerberus?
That's 7.
7?
It's within. Well, it's like after 7,
okay.
But it is Final Fantasy 7 Dirge of Cerberus.
Okay.
That's a PS2 game, right? That one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So and 13, like I didn't get into 14, which is the MMO, and then 13 was crap also. So I've been disappointed in Final Fantasy for a long time.
So for them this
one,
this one's like
good.
Fighting system looks good. The story seems like it's going to be like this
interesting,
an epic of a story, you know. Yeah. And that music is they went hands down on that music, and it's looking amazing.
After I saw that first video, like when I was still working at GameStop, I would just like hum it all the time because it's really very memorable.
I think I know what song you're talking about, and like when I finished that 1 hour demo, they end with that specific song, and I spent like 15 minutes looking for it, and I found it. And
it's probably the same song. We'll play it afterwards. But yeah, that's coming in November.
And specifically that they have a chocobo section, and they're like, you go there, and like I was like, fucking chocobos. So they're like, hold on there, we can't let you use chocobos yet. There's a problem around town. Something's happening, and then the guy cuts to him killing the monster, then cuts back to the chocobo place. I was like, well, it looks like you took care of the problem.
I like that. I like that humor.
Yeah,
that's good.
And I was like, and this guy didn't talk. It's all just
gameplay.
But he has cuts. You know, he does cuts to like remove the monotony of just walking around and doing stuff.
I would imagine there's a lot of that. Or driving.
Mm-hmm. And the driving is interesting in that you don't control the driving, or you control the driving to an extent. And
so
I guess
like
that's
rails?
Somewhat. But I imagine it's mainly because they don't want you to fuck up the car, because there is a game over state where the car breaks down, you lose.
Really?
Yeah. From what I've heard. Because, I mean, that's their main form of transportation for...
Also,
the whole fucking game.
Since you're basically playing Noctis, and Noctis is a pampered, prince, I imagine he doesn't drive. It's probably one of his friends.
There's one guy that drives, and he'll drive most of the time, but every now and then he'll request that someone else drives. And you can have Noctis drive, or you can have Kid with a Gun drive.
And again, those are the most interesting components of the game, seeing how the characters come together.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'll just blind pick it up anyways. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
That fighting system seems very interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah,
it's looking real cool.
All right, moving on. PT-inspired game Allison Road is back in production.
Hurrah!
Yeah, it's quite the story behind that one. Hannibal actor Mads Mikkelsen, I love this one, has been
actual cannibal.
Actual cannibal.
Actual cannibal. Mads Mikkelsen
has been possibly linked to the freshman game from Kojima Productions' Death Stranding.
Ooh,
that's interesting.
It is very interesting.
Juicy.
Update on Fallout 4 mods for PS4 users. It's still not happening.
Yeah, that's so fucking good.
After Quantum Break was brought to Steam, more Microsoft-published games could come to Steam, according to marketing boss from Xbox, Aaron Greenberg.
They're already putting the map maker, the Halo
Forge.
Forge.
Yeah.
There you go.
Speaking of Quantum Break sold really well, according in that same interview. Beat Microsoft's expectations, which I'm very happy about.
I heard bad things about
a lot of people didn't like that game.
What's that dragon game that was on Microsoft exclusively? Maybe
Scalebound.
Yeah, Scalebound.
I hope Scalebound comes to PC, because I actually want to give that game a shot.
I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually put it on PC.
Hopefully that game does good.
Yeah. Speaking of Quantum Break again, a new game from Remedy Entertainment is on the horizon, according to the communication boss from the studio. He basically confirmed that they're working on much more than there's one game that they have in development called Crossfire 2, which is a free-to-play game. I'll just quickly say I hope it's Alan Wake 2. Halo 5 Forge comes to Windows 10 in early September. The free Halo 5 map editor will support online combat for up to 16 players on PC. Speaking of Halo, Microsoft quietly cancels Halo Online, which was the free-to-play Halo multiplayer spin-off in development by Saber Interactive as a region-exclusive Russian game. I forgot that was a thing.
I forgot that was a thing also.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it was. Battlefield 1's Premium Pass and first DLC expansion has been detailed. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that anymore. But, okay, I like this one. Call of Duty Endowment has helped 25,000 veterans secure employment.
That's great.
That's
cool.
That's a really cool thing.
Good on them.
Yeah. I really do like that. That's the one thing I like about Activision. Grammy and Emmy award nominated composer who did the composition, who does the music for Game of Thrones, Ramin Djawadi, is going to score Gears of War 4. Interesting. I like if you like the music from the
score.
Yes, absolutely a fantastic score. All right, Activision calls Modern Warfare Remastered their biggest bonus content. Hold the fuck up. I'm going to talk about this because this pisses me off.
This is an angry rant?
This is an angry rant. Look,
birthday day angry rant.
Birthday bash angry rant. I'm not particular. So I think when we talked about this the first time months ago, I was pissed. So basically there's an event coming up, which I think it hasn't been around for a while, but it's called Call of Duty XP. Before it was in California, I think it's going to be in Vegas now, but there was an interview with GamesBeat with Activision CEO Eric Hirschberg. And he talked about like the development of Modern Warfare Remastered, and basically his quote is, "It's our biggest bonus content ever, our most valuable bonus content. We've had collection editions that have been creative and well received, but this is taking the place of things in the past like night vision goggles or GoPro cameras or Juggernaut refrigerators for your game room. This year we're offering an entire remastered, beautiful version of one of the greatest games of all time," which he's not wrong about that. I hate that they call it bonus content because it's a remaster of a game that should be sold separately. I understand why they don't sell it separately, but good God, they are the gatekeepers. At this point, I know so many people that have caved and said, "I'm going to buy it because I want to play Call of Duty Remastered because it's the only way I can play it." Granted, we talked about this before. They might release it maybe 6 months down the line after the sales of what's the new one called?
Infinite Warfare.
Once they subside, right? But
yeah,
I think it's kind of shitty. I still think it's kind of shitty. I think this kind of just twists the knife in the back of people that would like to not spend. And remember, you have to spend. It's not the regular edition. You have to buy the special edition of the game to get this.
It's a very business thing to do.
It's super business thing to do. And again, it's devious and it's smart because they know that.
Oh, you son of a bitch! You know it's the good one.
Yeah, you know it's the good one, and it really gets to me.
And there are people that are gonna go, fine, okay. I'll pay.
Yeah. And now the thing, I've already told you guys what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on eBay or Amazon. And I'm going to find someone who's going to sell the game code. Would I pay $40, $50 for it? Maybe.
What's your max cap?
$50. I will not pay $60 for that game. But if I can get it for $30 or $40, which is reasonable, yes, I would. Because that game has an excellent single-player campaign that I would love to play again. It's going to be 10 years almost since the game came out. So that game deserves, I don't think a lot of shooters deserve remasters. I think that one and BioShock, which is recently coming out, and maybe even a Half-Life remaster, which probably would never happen. Those games deserve remasters. But yeah, okay, end of rant. It wasn't really that much of a rant. Calm about it. Activision, go fuck yourself. Basically. But hey, thanks for employing veterans. That's a cool thing. It's like Activision.
Fuck you, Activision. You did that one cool thing.
Fuck you. All right, moving on. Titanfall 2 crossplay is unlikely but not ruled out, according to its game director in an interview.
Well, they're gonna cave.
Yeah,
everybody wants it.
Crossplay being cross-platform?
I should say that's right. Cross-platform play.
Okay.
All right. Dark Souls 3 gets its first DLC pack this fall.
Ashes of Ari and Del.
Yes.
This looks really interesting, and I talk more about it, but I don't know enough about it.
All right, so. No problem. But it is coming. All right. Hideo Kojima joins the advisory board at Prologue Immersive to focus on VR. Might not be a big story, but it seemed very interesting to me. All right, No Man's Sky active players dropped by 90%. The game hasn't even been out 2 weeks.
I mean, you can't tell me there's so much to do. It's grind to upgrade your stuff.
Yep.
Find the center of the universe. Stick around a bit.
Yeah, basically.
I'm actually a little surprised considering Minecraft still has
a
million
Minecraft, you do build in that game. There is no building.
Yeah, they give you there's so much you can do, and let's add continued support.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know what to think about that. All right. The Division's next 2 paid expansions have been delayed. Dead Space art director is now Tomb Raider's new game director. Resident Evil 7 plot combat details have been outed by the ESRB in a now removed listing. Strong demand and limited supply make PSVR sell out faster than any other hardware, according to GameStop. It's kind of incredible.
That shit sold. I mean, I remember when like people said, you can reserve. Oh shit, you can't.
No, you can't. Yeah, that was me. I did not secure my reservation, unfortunately. Pokemon Go loses more than 15 million daily users in a month.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. The PS4 Slim, which was leaked this week, comes with a new DualShock 4 controller.
Is it a redesign or what is it?
More or less. The light bar now sits across the top of the controller, on top of the touchpad. But yeah. And finally... Oh, no. I actually had two more stories, sorry. Speaking of charities, we did one earlier. There was a Destiny charity stream with a bunch of people from the Destiny community that raised $500,000 for St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
Nice.
I love those kind of stories.
Yeah,
I love that
very
stuff.
nice.
Good stuff.
As somebody who participates in I forgot the name of my charity.
It's for Child's Play, but...
Extra Life, sorry.
Extra Life,
Yeah, that's the one I do.
Extra Life donates to Child's Play.
And finally, The Last of Us's Ellie, played by actress Ashley Johnson, recently stated in an interview with GameSpot that she would love to return for a sequel.
Could this mean that she is not in the sequel? Because
they haven't said anything about...
So it's going to be yours, I'm guessing, since that's it.
Yeah.
But
we can talk about this for a little bit.
There was one guy who earlier he said, like, I love the work that I've been doing for The Last of Us 2, or something like that, wasn't it?
Was that really a thing? Or was it for another game?
I believe they were doing... But wasn't it like a musician? Like, wasn't it like a composer or something?
I think so.
They need to get real quick, they need to get the same composer for the first game to do the second one.
There was somebody who was saying...
Someone had dropped the ball
Really?
On
I don't
something
remember this.
related
It was like
to The Last of Us.
The thing is that it wasn't necessarily Last of Us 2. It could have been like a Last of Us project that they were working on.
Yeah, that makes
Sure.
sense.
So-
Still in the universe.
Also, like The Last of Us also could have been the movie that's coming, because there is a movie coming.
Yeah.
Shit.
So yeah, it's interesting that the actress would say such a thing, because it sort of confirms that they're not working on it yet,
Basically.
or that they're really not in heavy development, or even like
Or that if they are in development, because I think they probably have to be in some kind of pre-production for The Last of Us 2, that maybe it's not a story about Joel and Ellie.
Yeah.
So the quote from the interview, which I'll just say real quick. So Ashley Johnson basically says, feel like if they were to pursue it again, if they were to have another story for Ellie or Joel or that whole world, I would totally jump on board. But there's also a part of me that thinks, man, that story could stand alone, which I definitely agree with. And sometimes we should just leave it alone. If they were to make another one, though, I would love to be a part of it. So, yeah, it's very clear that she hasn't been approached, or they haven't, like Naughty Dog or anyone that has spoken to her or Troy Baker about returning. But also, like you said, that could also mean that they're not there yet, and they're probably going to approach them very soon, or in the near future.
We've talked very deeply and intimately about the possibilities on The Last of Us. So go find that podcast episode if you want a more in-depth The Last of Us discussion.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that. Todd and I agree that The Last of Us can stand alone.
Absolutely.
It doesn't need a sequel, and if they do a sequel, it would be nice to focus on another set of people.
Point of view.
Another point of view.
Yeah, and well, again, I still, at the same time, I would like to see an older Ellie. I want to see if that relationship has improved or deteriorated, right? Because they left kind of at, like, she was kind of iffy, even though she was like, I'll trust you, but she was kind of iffy. Spoilers. But, yeah, like, I would be totally okay if they explored something else, because I think that if they continued with the same characters, and this is not the case in every game. There's a lot of games that follow the same characters. Look at Mass Effect or stuff like that, but those are very different. I think that it could deteriorate the storytelling, maybe, if you just continue with the same character and kind of put them through, like, these extreme emotional kind of scenarios. I think that there's only so much that would stand out, because The Last of Us stood out because it was doing stuff that a lot of other games in the genre were not doing, or at least in AAA. So, yeah, I don't know. But this might not be a big snippet of news, but it's definitely very telling. Because I don't think she would just straight out lie about something like that. About, we're not doing anything. But yeah.
Unless that's a PR thing.
Sure, like, and there actually are.
We're working on it. Yeah.
It'd be funny if she was like, she did her phone interview, it's like, okay, next line. She's actually recording the audio
in the phone booth.
While doing the interview. That'd be interesting.
That's interesting. But yeah, cool.
That covers the news.
That covers the news and music now for editing.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting, guys? We haven't.
It's your birthday.
That too, I guess.
Pew, pew, pew.
Wow, that died out. That fizzled out.
That was a straight one. Pew.
It'd be funny if you decided to do this for an entire week. Anytime we talk to him, he's like, "Hey Todd, it's your birthday." That was like 5 days ago, man.
Hey Todd, yesterday was your birthday.
Hey, 2 days ago, do you remember Saturday?
I was thinking of going on to like Sammy's Facebook and going, "Hey Sammy, happy Todd's birthday."
Oh my god, that'd be great. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so it's interesting how the past couple episodes we literally have not had like a legit topic, like something topical, because I can't think of anything right now. We've been really focusing on like what have we been playing, which is going to continue with this episode, which I'm okay with. Because I actually have a little bit to talk about.
Oh,
Benny.
Yes.
What's been going on this week, gaming wise? If you've done any at all. Some.
Done
a lot.
I've been jumping around a fuck ton.
Okay.
To tell the truth. Battlefield 4 multiplayer with my older brother online.
Okay.
Pretty interesting.
Is that like?
It is still alive.
I know it is, but like, how big is the like?
Multiple fucking servers.
Yeah, there's still a lot of shit going on in the game.
With like easily like 20 to 30 rooms filled with 64 people each.
Wow.
Like we were in a queue list for a while for one map. Like 2 or 3 days ago.
Wow.
Like that blew my mind that like
on
that
PC?
game's
No,
PC. PS4.
On PS4.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was super interesting to me.
That game came out in 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah. So well, usually Battlefield games like the community sticks around for a fucking long time, even when a new one comes out.
And actually, recently, like this week, they updated the interface.
Like the player interface?
The main menu interface.
Oh, good. It needed.
And like
that needed
the cool thing is like when you log on, there's this big screen and it tells you like people that are like friends that are online, and if there's room in their squad, so that you can join. Another game. What's the next game? Shadows of Mordor.
Ah, yeah.
I got your Shadows, really?
Yeah, I got Shadows of Mordor. I got the Game of the Year edition for 20-some bucks.
That's not bad at all.
Oh, you did it on PC? Okay.
Yeah. Dude.
I need to steal that from you.
Dude. Dude. Man, I
game
forgot
is
how
pretty
fun.
fucking good. It's fun.
I forgot how fun. I also forgot how quick you can get your ass kicked in the beginning when you don't have enough skills.
Yeah.
And like you're like, I want to kill this guy, and then he kills you.
Yeah.
And he grows a level, and it's like, oh, fuck you. I'm going to kill you. And then he kills you, and he starts growing, and then you're like, okay, I should maybe grind a little bit.
I'd love to go back to that game at some point. I never played the DLC, which I know the DLC isn't like massive or anything.
That's another thing. To begin with, I never finished the game.
Okay, yeah.
And I never touched any of the DLC, and I have
all of it,
the DLC, and like I'm starting into skins. Some of the skins, like there's some really interesting ones called one was the King of the Hunt.
Okay.
And it's a player skin. And it looks real interesting, and I know there's an expansion which was the something of the hunt.
You play,
and there's another one called the Bright King expansion.
Yeah, there's one where you play one of the characters you meet along the way in the game. Actually, I don't remember.
There
her
is
name.
a female skin character.
Yeah,
and she appears.
She's like halfway through the game
when you're jumping to the second.
Second area,
which is well-deserved change of scenery.
Yeah, that's so. My only gripe with that game was that I got so fucking tired of being in Mordor.
It's the doom and gloom of Mordor, and then you jump to another section of Mordor that's starting to flourish.
Yeah, it's got a little bit. It has some green here and there. You see, there's some flowers. There's some foliage. Okay, there's that shit's going on. I don't know why I went to that pitch in my voice, but that's cool. I would like to pick it up and play it again because. Holy fuck!
Game is fun.
Like the Nemesis system is just stupid. Like it's not stupid.
It's
bad.
It's just stupid.
Just stupid.
It's fun, man.
It's addictive.
Fuck you, JR.
And like it makes stories so easily. Where like you're trying to fucking assassinate, whatever the mutilator.
Yeah.
And like mid-match, you get like some dude run in and is like, remember me?
Yeah.
This scar will forever burn me.
I love
just
that
how
stuff.
I will burn you. Yeah. And he starts losing his shit. And you're like, wait, who are you?
Yeah.
And then you look up his stuff and it's like, okay.
Oh, it's this guy.
Fear of burning, you say. Fire.
So,
that's so fucking amazing.
So, like, during Jesse Cox's playthrough, Shadows of Mordor, there was this one fucking orc.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the game, that he would kill the fucking orc, and it would come back, like, the very next mission, and then, like, he would kill him again, and the orc would come back fucking again, and by the time, like, it would happen, like, 4 or 5 times, and by the 5th time, he was, like, 5 peg legs, like...
Oh my god.
And, like, he like, just, like, missing,
mutilated.
like, I'm just mutilated. It's
Yeah.
like, why won't this fucker die? It's like, this guy's, like, the Black Knight. Like,
They had the technology to bring him back.
the man was 4 peg legs.
Yeah, the first playthrough I ever did, I had one guy come back like 3 times, and
That's
by
the most I've had someone
by the
come
third
back.
time he had just a fucking bag with a hole ripped out so that he could see through the one eye that he had,
That's ridiculous.
and then like the face was wrapped in mecate and just tied at the back, and it's like,
I love
fight me.
I love all that stuff, man. And you know what? I think if they ever did a sequel, the thing is, people don't think about it.
I just want more Nemesis system.
Yes, I want more Nemesis system, which would probably happen in a sequel, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the mainstay of the game. That's why I spent so long in it before realizing, holy shit, there's a whole second map to this.
That's what made that
Yeah.
game shine, and that's
Exactly.
what people like.
That was
when
game of the year
people
for a lot
talk
of
about
people.
that game. People
Yeah.
talk about the
But
Nemesis system.
I think that what some people forget is that the game is subtitle Shadow of Mordor.
Mhm.
The title to the game is Middle Earth.
Yes.
So if they do another one, they need to get the fuck out of Mordor. I want to go somewhere else.
Middle Earth, Middle
Middle
Earth, totally not in Mordor.
Totally not,
Where else will they go, though?
I don't know, anywhere else.
Like,
Anywhere else.
okay, so do you do, like, an elven one and, like, focus on the elves?
That'd be so. There's an expansion.
I'm so down for that.
That might be pretty cool.
So there's an expansion where you are the Bright King. The Bright King being
Celebrimbor.
Celebrimbor.
and like
Oh, that's right, you play him. Okay.
Celebrimbor.
Celebrimbor. I think it's Celebrimbor.
So, and it's him like flesh and blood.
Yeah.
So this might be like
It's just
way
in the-
before.
So
Like
it's
the
like
past.
him trying to defy Sauron.
I don't know. All I know is that it's called the Bright King expansion.
I would imagine that's because the beginning, or no, when you speak to him for like the first or second time, he explains all that stuff to you, right?
No,
I don't remember.
It takes a
So
little
he
bit.
doesn't know who he is.
Yeah,
he
you-
just knows he was summoned by a black hand,
I don't
and he's
remember.
angry at Sauron.
Yeah.
You need to.
And then-
you do need to go around catching his memories.
That's
You
true.
find,
That's how you get abilities.
You find relic pieces and
Yeah.
like the actual hammer that was used to forge the rings, and like his wife's locket or his daughter's earrings, and like just things that you keep finding.
That game was so good. I'm surprised that Warner Brothers has not done another game.
And
For all I know, we could be in pre-production right now,
I mean,
which makes first
Because
of all,
I think there's no more hype for
Lord of the Rings,
Lord of the
but the
Rings.
game was critically acclaimed. One
I
game
just
of the
want
year for
something
a lot of
else.
people.
If they
that
did make a
system.
sequel, I have no doubt that they would.
I think it would do very well.
I think it would do very well
Yeah.
also. But there's like Warner Brothers really likes to like like there's a hype train coming. Let's
They like
make
to
it-
sit on things, and they like
Oh,
to.
and I love the rumors that the fucking Uruks spread about you.
I love that stuff.
like
man,
like
it's so
the
good.
Ranger, you won't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? And then like it from Ranger it goes to Gravewalker.
Yeah.
Gravewalker, you've appeared again. I will put you back into the dirt. And then from there it goes to Deathwalker.
Yeah.
Because you keep killing so many of them, and like, it's so fucking good.
I mean, I'm surprised they didn't call that game Middle Earth Genocide because you kill so many fucking orcs.
it's good stuff.
It's a good man. I want to.
So
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna pick that game up
in the
again.
expansions, there is a mode where it's no story, and you compete for points, and you can get. It's just the Nemesis system on. Just turn it on. Go.
What?
Really? No story, just Nemesis system. Go.
Oh man!
And like you build up points, you can
man.
send death threats to anyone to rank them up.
Captains.
Yeah, and that people
that's so great.
recommend playing that. Like you start your character right, you get to a point where you're stuck, and then you jump into that to grind out the buffs. I guess that you get,
basically.
and the buffs that you get in that game you keep them. So like it's a good method to just I want to play. I don't want to do the story. I just want to kill things, and that game has a satisfying fighting.
It has
it feels good.
It's like
it's the Arkham City,
much improved.
Yeah.
It flows a lot better than I think the Arkham games do. That's awesome. I'm glad you got into that. It's kind of cool talking about that game.
Yeah, it's good. It's a real good game.
Mm-hmm.
And what else?
I'm assuming you played some WoW.
A touch of WoW and a touch of Heroes of the Storm.
Cool.
A little bit of Skyrim, but Skyrim got blown out of the waters because I got back into Shadows of Mordor.
Yeah. All high fantasy games.
Yeah.
Good shit.
That's a lot of what I've been playing. Yeah. Well, aside from Battlefields, and I was thinking October's gonna be fucking tough.
Battlefield 1. Yeah.
Well, it's not just Battlefield.
There's a bunch of
There's all kinds
of stuff.
And then FinFan 15 got pushed back by 2 months, right?
Yeah. So
it's November 9th.
So did they give a reason why?
Just they need to polish the game more.
Well, that and because they didn't want the game to have a day one patch that you had to download, according to them, which is noble. I like that because they were like, hey, a lot of people don't have internet. Mm-hmm. It's I respect that, but I think that's while it's probably true, it might be a smokescreen for we need more time.
Okay.
Which is I think they're scared to delay that game further, because it's been so long. Yeah. So, but I respect. For me, it's a game that's delayed is better than it was where it was when they delayed it. So
it's better to be delayed and complete than released and not have anything.
Sure. Unfortunately,
or have bugs.
Yeah.
We'll hold those bugs. Sure. We'll hold Bethesda.
Hey, those people still they get a pass. For me,
they shouldn't.
They shouldn't. You're right. They shouldn't. And we talked about that. I think Fallout 4 is the last game where it's okay, after this, you better fucking do your shit right.
Man, I'm totally gonna go back on those words the moment they release another fucking.
Oh yeah, Elder Scrolls or anything. Yeah.
Which goddamn, I put on my wish list the remake of Skyrim.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to
HD.
You get that for free.
Yeah, you get to upgrade into it. I think it was.
No, it's for free. Do you have the Legendary Edition, right?
I think I'm using it off of Lalo's account.
Oh, okay. So if you own the PC version, if it's the Legendary or you just bought the DLC piecemeal, if you have all of that, you get an automatic free upgrade to all that stuff. Yeah, on the PC, which is great.
All the old mods work?
So that's the one thing haven't confirmed that. So I suggest that if you're going to do that upgrade, look into it a little bit because you don't want that game to break shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would imagine that some mods won't be compatible.
Probably. Which makes me sad.
But the thing is, I think the one thing you can definitely go off of is the console version. So the console version is going to have mod support. I'd say look up a list of what mods are available on console, and those are the ones that will probably work without problem on PC.
Hopefully they fucking adopt that UI, that next level UI.
Or that could just be a mod available. Yeah. Usually Bethesda doesn't adopt mod stuff directly into the games.
I want that to be a one mod that is absolutely there.
I would imagine that Bethesda takes into account the popularity of mods and how well they actually work with the game or make the game better. So yeah, you probably see that. I've been playing bits of Skyrim here and there for sure. How are you, Capella? What's new?
So this week I've been pretty lazy on my gaming actually. Just the usual mostly. I'm trying to think. I think most of my gaming has been vicarious just through streaming. I watched Max play Final Fantasy Tactics, but
okay, what?
King of Fighters.
Yeah.
And MKXL on PC. And that's given me a really itchy, it's given me the itchy fighting game, itch. But the thing is, I have fighting games on my Steam, but they run like ass. Mm-hmm. And I really need to upgrade my rig because I'm really tired of
chugging.
Playing Street Fighter 5 while it's just,
playing the game by frames.
Yeah, basically. I just, and I really want to play. I really have the itch to play a fighting game, and I mean, I was really also tempted to get the beta for MKXL because
it's free right now.
It's free.
It's a beta.
Yeah, it's running really well.
That's great.
And it's a fun fighting game. Mm-hmm. But like I said, my PC it doesn't like fighting games. It will not run them correctly. Yeah. So I need to really look into upgrading soon.
Any specific parts you've been looking at, or that you would probably need to?
How much RAM does your PC have?
RAM, it should have 8 gigs of RAM.
That's like okay.
Yeah. No, it has the memory size is good. You
just need a new card.
I just need a new card.
I would say I'm not super knowledgeable about cards, but I mean there's a lot of really good cheap ones that have come out recently, surprisingly cheap. Like there's that what was it? Is that
a video?
No, is it it might be a Radeon card.
Yeah, the 970.
No, there's one that's I think it's like the 480 or something. That's like $250 and it's VR ready.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that's like, well, you could get that even if you don't have VR because it probably runs your games bitchin'.
I would likely that's definitely an option.
Yeah.
But for like the 1080 is $200, so.
Okay, then yeah, that's probably a better option too. Because none of us are probably going to play VR on our PCs anytime soon because that's expensive as fuck.
Yeah. I would probably also need to upgrade my power supply. Yeah. You
would probably have to.
But it wouldn't be that bad.
That in particular is not that expensive. Not super
total, I'd probably spend like $400.
Yes. And the ever constant that we never think of. A bigger case, just in case.
A bigger case, just in case.
Just in case. Yeah, a bigger case would also probably be necessary.
Or fuck it, Capello, a smaller case. Make that shit tight.
I've been like, I have a dream to make like a GameCube sized PC.
Oh, a mini mod?
Like, yeah.
Holy shit. I have sent you a video, right, of this guy that made.
That's the really tiny one. That one is like the closest that I've seen.
I've seen a bunch of those, and they look really cool. Very, very compact.
They're nifty little things.
Yeah, for sure. It's cool.
Just basically get one of those console cases that you just plug in and has it's like a suitcase with a TV screen. Yeah. Just set it in there. Have basically a really powerful fat laptop.
Yeah, basically.
Briefcase
laptop.
Of course, there's the new stuff that Nvidia is coming out with, like, makes laptops ridiculously good. I don't know if you've seen the portable Nvidia stuff lately.
Yeah, there was another new set of graphics cards, wasn't there?
For portable.
That are like literally just like 5 or 10% under the desktop versions.
It's
impressive.
Like the actual comparison to like a good gaming PC compared to the gaming laptop was minimal. Like it's basically like having a good gaming PC on a laptop.
Yeah. That's the gap that's ever closing, the laptop to desktop.
And you know what? In a weird way, that technology is getting better, and it's also getting cheaper. Because look, who would have thought that in 2016 we have really good graphics cards for under $300, which is kind of incredible. And look at the Titan. How much is that thing? Like a grand? It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. It's better to run two 1080s now, and it's only $400.
Half the
there were like graphics cards that were like pushing Titan power.
So yeah, my rig is preventing me from enjoying the games that I want to play right now.
Yeah, I understand.
But
do we have linked accounts?
Yeah, I mean, well, I put like I had to reset my my computer. The last time that I had linked yours and Todd's accounts.
So you have multiple linked accounts?
Yeah, you can have a bunch.
Is that right? I know for a fact that I am linked to my cousin Lalo.
No,
I think I had attempted to link onto you.
Yeah, I put mine on yours. Like you should be able to access my games on your Steam account. But so I don't have your account, Todd, and I don't have Ben's, and I think I'm also linked with Danny. But I don't know what games Danny has on his thing. But I know for sure I'm on Danny's computer, I'm on your laptop, and then I'm sharing accounts with my brother as well. So
you got a whole buttload of games then.
Oh yeah. No, my brother has more games than I do, but my library is also slowly growing. So
hey, if you ever play my stuff, look at Dragon's Dogma. I don't know, man.
You evangelize it quite a bit.
Huh?
I like when you evangelize games like that. I do, because you've been talking about Dragon's Dogma pretty much like a year after I met you.
I mean, there's something about it. It's just, like the fighting system in it is so fun.
Yeah.
I wish there was more to it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they came out with another version of that.
There's a whole.
There's online.
Yeah,
it's coming, but not to the
west.
Not
to the west. Because of course not. Cool. Anything else?
Nah. Just living my games vicariously this week.
Yeah. Sometimes that's okay too. Yeah.
Todd,
Yeah, what's up? Hi.
It's your birthday.
Yes, it is.
Thanks. What stuff did you play today?
For literally about 2 hours more. So this week, I actually diving deep into Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. Holy shit! I didn't think it was gonna hook me that hard, but it hooked me like XCOM did.
Did you find a fucker with a like weird, like cartoonish, evil, super thin mustache that is willing to kill anyone in a specific mission?
Oh, you mean in my squad?
No.
Oh, you
enemy
mean
squad?
That's probably later. I bet.
Yeah, because I'm doing a lot of skirmish.
Well, the thing is, I don't know how later or how soon.
The game is set up in chapters, but the cool thing is that to like grind, you can do skirmishes. So I do a bunch of that. That's what I've been doing to like level up my.
Is there permadeath in that thing?
Yes. So yeah, there is permadeath. Like even in the skirmishes, because the skirmishes are not considered like story-based battles.
But they are battles.
But they are battles that happen anyways. And it's funny, my first major battle, I took out a Lancer, who is basically, they're the anti-tank troops. And it's funny because when he appears on the map, like you go to like really small, like almost like fighting game style, like verbal introductions to all the characters, and he was like, "How long do you think I've been a Lancer?" And then a tank goes through the wall right in front of him and kills him. Well, at that point, I wasn't attached to the characters, but I'm attached to a couple of them, especially a couple snipers and engineers. It's like I protect them so
are they
so
like
hard.
Their main character pre-named already stuff?
They're already pre-named, but they all have very interesting like personalities. They're all very different from each other.
There's no such thing as like you producing your own troops.
No, it's not like XCOM.
Okay,
yeah, but obviously. The caveat to that is that they don't necessarily have personalities. You give them a different voice. Like in XCOM 2, there's like a million different languages you can. Oh, not a million, but a couple dozen different languages.
Variety.
Yeah, wide variety. This game is more preset, but the difference is, like I said, they have personalities.
They have
characters. They show up when in some cutscenes. Some of those characters will show up and have discussions with you or your captain and stuff like that. So it's cool. The game, and the thing is, I can't help but compare it to XCOM because it's very similar. Even though this came up before XCOM reboot, there are a lot of things that's like, why can't I get behind cover on this thing or that thing? There are very specific items you can get behind cover, like sandbags and stuff like that.
I think there's grass also, right?
You can hide in the tall grass, in tall grass and stuff like that, but it makes me think, man, because there is a new one coming out next year in Japan, and there's one coming out on Vita also. That game needs to improve massively on the gameplay level, but with that said, it's still a fun, addictive game. So I'm really enjoying it. And if you're wondering what's going on with No Man's Sky, I actually lent it to Sam. I wanted him to give it a shot. He hasn't played it yet, according to him. But after the last podcast when I was playing it, it was already losing its magic. Yeah, which is, it makes me a little sad. I'm not mad about it. I'm just sad. I mean, maybe, also, we talked about it last week, where maybe I need to go further to find something that intrigues me again, because that's already happened to people that said, like, I played it 40 hours, and then it got really interesting with some planets and some creatures. But I don't know. At this point, I'm going to let Sam try it out. I told him, try it out, and then until you get burned out, which I have a feeling it'll be relatively quick. If it's
the thing is, like, mining for things gets so static.
It gets very static, and like we talked about this, I like chill games where I can do nothing, but at some point I also like the idea of that game giving me an objective of some sorts. Even though I like role-playing in that game too. There's not a lot to role-play as, but I like the idea of just being an isolated wanderer, and like taking, like almost being like, I'm an explorer and I'm taking note of all these creatures and all this stuff. I like that, but I don't know how much I'd be able to take of that. So when Sam's done with it, I'm probably gonna switch it for Deus Ex, because I love Deus Ex, so I really need to play this new one. I really liked Human Revolution, which a lot of people didn't like, actually, but I really liked it.
I saw Super Best Friends play that one. That was
the new one or the
previous one? Where, essentially, the dude presses the button and the robots go haywire. Spoilers.
Well, that's one. Like, that game is heavily decision based.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that probably have never seen that either. Okay. That's basically it.
Well, this new game goes off of the canon where the robots have to go.
Yes.
Berserk.
Yes.
Because now that's where there's like a big segregation, or like,
between Augs and
you're
and
an augmented person, get the fuck away. I don't want you to lose your shit.
I'm interested. What's most interesting to me is how they handle, like, there is Illuminati. Yes, you're not wrong.
It's a major thing in that.
and what's his name is trying to Jensen is trying to find them. But I'm interested in how, because there's been a lot of controversy around the game and how they portray race and stuff. So I'm curious to see whether they fucked up or they did an okay job. Because race that's a hard thing to do in gaming. It's a hard thing to do in movies, you know. Just imagine doing it in like a 60, 70-hour game. Yeah. But I'm curious to see how that plays. But yeah, I've been just playing Valkyria Chronicles. I love it. I love that game. The music is great. It's a fun game. But you know what's interesting? It's an anime game. It's very anime, but it's so crazy to me.
It's very pastel colored.
Yeah, and it's also super passive, despite the fact that it's basically an alternate World War II.
Yeah,
I love it because it's like a bunch of kids, and it's like
sometimes they'll just talk about like stuff.
I love it whenever you play
high schools and daisies and whatnot. And, oh shit, they're gonna kill you.
Whenever you play the unit leader, who I keep forgetting his fucking name, he's the main character. I love it whenever he kills somebody and then it cuts back to him, he's like, yeah! He does the point thing, like, yeah! And he does that every time. It's like, bro, someone could fucking shoot you while you're getting off the sandbags and pointing at the goddamn dead body.
Get down!
It's hilarious, but it's a fun game. Yeah. I'm addicted to it. It's good. It's not XCOM level gameplay good, but it makes up with that with its personality and charm. I'm glad they remastered it. The game probably not high on a lot of people's remastered lists, but I hope more people. Well, when the remaster came out on Steam, that was like top. It was in like the charts for a long time. Yeah. People were like in love with that game, so I'm really happy about that. That's probably why the remaster for the PS4 version came out.
I mean, Valkyria Chronicles has like a cult following.
It does, so. Yeah. And there's a second game that's on PSP, but people call it Valkyria Chronicles 2, but it's not. And there's a new one coming to Vita I think in February. That's like a spin-off. And it looks way more serious than like this game, so I would like to play that. But that's basically all I've been playing this week. All right. Yeah, one game, but a lot of it. Hopefully soon I'll be playing Mankind Divided. All right, let's finish this up because I think some stuff's gonna happen soon.
Like your birthday.
Well,
it's still happening.
Well, technically still happening, but you know, it'd be funny. Like one of my friends on Facebook, she was like, "I hope your party's going on all day long," and I was like, in my head, how does my party? I feel like I'd be like I have headphones on, and like I'm doing like everything around the house, or I'm just going by my daily life or whatever, and I'm just like dancing, like and just music is playing, and I'm just like dancing.
You need to make a 24-hour party mix, and on your birthday you play it, and like hell yeah, that sounds cool.
Every half hour, just confetti just pops out of nowhere. God,
that's so good.
Yeah, it is good. I want to see that. Someone should make a music video.
Just have Corvo sneak up on you and then like push his paws on you, and then when you turn around and look at Corvo, he opens his mouth. Like,
no, he's like standing upright. He's got like a suit on.
He's dancing with you.
Yeah, I guess I'll take some mushrooms for that or something. All right, let's move on to one of my favorite part of the podcast, which is steaming reviews. This is a much shorter because I didn't get to look around a lot. It's 4 reviews. Okay. I did put 4. Yes, I did. All right, let's get into it. Starting now. First game, which I was about to say the title for it, which was
good.
I gotta really change
that would have been so good.
All right, this game is
Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Oh shit!
Oh God.
Remember last week I was about to ask you guys if you played this game.
Yeah.
All right. Recommended at 4.9 hours on record. Posted December 22nd, 2013, and it reads: I starved to death because I couldn't open my can of beans.
Miscreated.
No. I starved to death because I couldn't open my can of beans. Same wheelhouse.
Daisy.
Yes, Daisy. Okay, so you got that one?
I'm trying to think of all of them, and there's got so many.
That's why I was like, Daisy.
I think at some point I'm gonna have to dig real deep into the abyss that is Steam reviews to find some really good ones. I like these, but like pretty sure there's some out there that are just waiting to be found.
There must be gems in there.
Oh, there has to be. There's hundreds of thousands. Which is why I think this is why this will continue, because it's going to be endless. Games come out every fucking week.
Yeah.
Alright, next one. Recommended at 336.8 hours on record. Posted May 21st, 2015. And it reads: His beard grows in real time. Beard grows. Oh, and there's a vast, beautiful open world stuff with interesting side quests and amazing graphics. Who cares about that?
Witcher 2. 3?
Witcher 3.
Okay.
I was gonna go with Deadly Premonition, but Deadly Premonition is not pretty.
Does he grow a beard?
Yeah. You get paid to shave.
Oh yeah, his beard doesn't grow in 2, does it? I don't remember if it does.
I don't think it does. Nah, that was a long time ago, dude. Probably not. Alright, next one. Recommended at 3.3 hours on record, posted September 10th, 2015, and it simply reads, if George R.R. Martin was a furry, he would like this game.
George R.R. Martin was a furry.
Yeah.
George R.R. Martin.
Again, I'm kind of iffy if you guys have played this, but I know we've talked about it before.
Fuck. Armeno.
Yes!
Yeah!
I was about to say.
I was raking my brain trying to like, whoa,
God, when I read this one, I was laughing my ass off the first time. Alright, last one.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Recommended at 66.6 hours on record. Posted August 19th, 2015 by Satan, probably. And it reads...
Hey!
I
Ding,
said-
ding, ding, ding.
And it reads, I'm able to see my genitals again thanks to this game and a DDR pad. And no, it's not DDR.
Crypt of the Necrogat.
Yes!
Yeah.
That game is super fun.
That's a great one. I can see
Hey,
my
my
genitals
genitals.
again. So he lost a lot of weight, probably.
Yep.
Alright, you guys are tied.
Yeah.
So,
Okay with that.
Do we have an overall score though?
Yeah.
I think Benny's beating me.
I think so. I have to round them all up. I do have all the information here. But you guys tied today, so there's not a winner today. But yeah, just for real quick.
Yeah.
Next week I'll make sure to find at least 10. Because I like these things being lengthy. Cool. Alright. Well, I think this is yeah. That's not bad.
It's the streamlining of the news that's out.
It's
there.
working, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's working.
Yeah.
When there's news, streamlining it like that is good.
Yeah.
And then, pillowing out what we did throughout the day. And all that.
Cool. Well, that's going to be it. Hopefully, I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe like 3 or 4 episodes from now, maybe we'll have another microphone to work
Hopefully.
with, maybe?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah.
We need to learn the art of dual microphone synchronization.
Yeah, that's... Well, now... that the clapping thing is I don't know why that never occurred to me.
Genius.
It's a genius. It's fucking genius. But yeah, okay, we're done, and I think we're gonna go do some stuff, or something's gonna happen for food reasons. Food stuff is gonna happen, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. And well, for the rest of you, have a good week. Have a good week. Yeah.
Happy Todd Day.
Happy Todd Day.
Happy Todd Day.
27th of August.
Yeah, when we actually head off NPC party, we need to do a party
For everyone's
an
birthday.
actual Party.
Dig it. Yeah, I do that. All right, guys. See you all next week. Adios.
Later, people.
Goodbye, Marcos.